Well, good morning. Where am I? I sometimes ask myself that because this video, which Tom's told me you all request, there's always notes from people saying, we hope David's going to continue these our newsletters by way of video. So I was going to say this is going to be the penultimate video before the end of the year. It probably will be the penultimate video that you'll see before the end of the year, but this will actually be the last newsletter of the year, because I think what we'll probably do is a little video around the 15th of December to let you see our winter Christmas show in the actual gallery. But I was saying, where are we today? We're actually at our store come gallery, if you like, in the heart of Aberdeen city centre, at what we call the viewing room, which is by appointment only. And in fact, this afternoon I've got two chaps coming in, and then I've got one of my artists coming in. So it's a good meeting place. And we are now keeping, I'm guessing, 50, 60 paintings here. So we're at the viewing room in Aberdeen. I keep stressing it's appointment only, but no obligation when people come to buy. We've got a coffee machine, it's warm, it's easy to park with, and anybody is welcome to come here, but just drop us an email. So this is our newsletter update by way of a video. And what I thought might be a little bit fun, after I tell you a little bit about what's been selling, I'm only telling you what people ask to be advised on. And Tom says to me, people drop notes and apps and whatever it is nowadays, and saying, oh, we love it when he's actually saying what's selling. We're investing in a bit of art and we're keeping an eye on that. So that's the reason we often say what's sold since the last video, rather than really to blow about it. So what I thought would be a bit of fun in this newsletter, because quite a few people, not everyone, are a little bit nosy like myself, and they want to know what I've been up to, and they want to know what's selling. So as it is the last newsletter of the year, it's unbelievable to think that my year started off, fun enough, in Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, and a big holiday. Big birthday this year, which was a couple of months ago, and really the celebrations have continued and continued, and ridiculously for a man of my now elderly age, I'd have no weekends until the beginning of January. So all a bit exhausting, and then I'll be up a hill and on a treadmill, can you imagine? So what's been happening at the Ballater Gallery, before I take you around and give you previews and peeks of a lot of paintings that have been arriving here this week for our winter catalogue. Now the winter catalogue will be out, I think, around about the second week of December. And it's going to be stunning. It's a coffee table item. Get ready for that. If you've bought from us and you're on the mailing list, you should automatically get it. If you've moved house, drop an email, let us know. So we'll be giving you some real treats in this video. But Tom, who's taken this video, keeps telling me what to say and what has been selling. So I'm going to tell you about what's been selling, and they will drop in as I'm talking. Michael Clark, I think we mentioned that Michael Clark's been on one heck of a roll. I think it was just a couple of weeks ago, his simple, fabulous painting, Golfers, sold. But, you know, I mean, we look at golfers now, I'm sure, but have a look at some of the new ones. The dog walkers, it's charming. I use the analogy, the phrase, that sometimes things look so simple, but they're so clever. Not everybody can paint like that. A woman cyclist, that's another new painting. It's absolutely beautiful. Marion Drummond is as popular as ever. Her fabulous painting, Dancer on My Sofa, which I think we spoke about in the last video, went like that. And I had about 3 calls genuinely from people who were upset they didn't get a chance to buy that, because what's the phrase, if you're not fast, you're last. Gorgeous painting of yellow roses in a Windsor jug is now in a very stylish, very chic home in New Mexico. We'll send here, there and everywhere. Cecilia Cardiff. Cecilia's actually working on 2 commissions for me at the moment. And but her gorgeous painting, very different for her, was called The Food of Love. It was a sort of musicians playing in a square in Venice, where Cecilia actually went with her son for a holiday during lockdown. It was very quiet, and she just picked up something about that square in Venice. The Food of Love sold actually the day it arrived. We're waiting on new paintings by Cecilia, so keep an eye out for her. Colin Fraser, I'm going to talk about Colin Fraser because there are two paintings here which actually haven't made the gallery yet because there are people interested in both. But Confetti sold the day it arrived. The others have been here a couple of weeks, and I think there is serious interest in Lou Moran, but we'll talk about them as we go around. We sold, I think I maybe told you, the huge Joe Hargans, really big ones. There were 25,000 each. We spoke about them, the Penny Wedding and the Performer. And I'm delighted to advise that we thought we'd have no new Hargans until January, February, but we have two lovely small ones. One's called something like The Darn Cat, and the other one, I can't remember the names, but they're on their way from Joe. Jack Morocco, well, everybody knows we had a big Jack Morocco show last Christmas. I'm not a fan of one-man shows because I think it puts everybody under an awful lot of pressure. But I fought and got two new Jack Moroccos. One was called Sunburst and Sunflower, £12,750. The other one was called Energizing Lily Pads, £12,000. I was delighted to get two paintings by Jack, both sold within 1 week of them arriving, because we always have demand for his paintings. Glenn Schooler, similar age group, similar big name. His painting called Vegetable Garden and Greenhouse, £5,950. Smaller painting, beautifully painted, away very quickly. And the new painting by Glenn of the Autumn is Pride of Place. It's a big, big painting, and it's in the gallery at the moment. So that's the Autumn painting of trees and leaves. Have a good look at it. Christine MacArthur. Christine MacArthur doesn't sell in the numbers of some of these other artists. It takes her a long time. She rips things up. She goes back. She uses almost a part collage technique with top quality glues and things to create the paintings. And her beautiful painting, 7 Pairs, £9,300. That sold again as soon as it arrived to a lovely buyer in Ely. What else sold? Emma Davis, our newest signing. Emma Davis was in the viewing room, you may remember. They were quite moody, ethereal type paintings, and her A Little Bit of Sunshine sold and is in California. And Footprints in the Sand, funnily enough, we've just mentioned a buyer in Ely, sold to another buyer in Ely because, what was it of? Ely Beach. Ruth Corbett is in a role. Ruth is very affordable. Her small paintings start at £450. They're beautifully executed. Have a look at raspberries, blueberries, wines and fruits, figs. They've all sold, and they only arrived 10 days ago. And these have gone, I'm trying to remember where they've gone to. But anyway, raspberries, blueberries, wines and fruits, and figs by Ruth Corbett, all sold. But have a look at the website. Remember, the things with the no red dots are still available. We often get asked about Alistair Little because you know that his beautiful painting of the conversation chair, that's now in a lovely home in Oxfordshire. Very nice people sent me photographs of it. Beautiful house outside Oxford. That's not the right name, is it, Tom? It's the conversation chair, but you know the painting of the 3 people on the chair. Alistair, on the back of that, we are having he's working on about 6 paintings for us. Two of them have arrived. One of them is called Out of Sight, and the other one is called Breaking the First Wave. Both of them are now in the gallery, beautifully painted, of a crowd of people at the beach, different generations. And Out of Sight is a wonderful painting of a clever, I think it's a red velvet chair with a bottle of whiskey hidden behind, hence out of sight. Anyway, that's just letting you know what's been going on. Liz Knox, who doesn't paint as much as many of the other artists due to her health situation and other things, has sent 3 new paintings. For all of you Ian Faulkner fans who've been pestering me, what's coming from Ian, what's new, whatever, watch this space. I'm going to have 3 important new Ian Faulkners coming my way. So I know there's a lot of you out there, and they're around the 3 feet size. So why don't we, Tom, go and have a little bit of a tour? I am sitting in front of 2 paintings that were unpacked yesterday. They're breathtaking, they're mesmerising, and they are by Denise Finlay. So I'm going to walk back a little bit here, Tom. Have a look at these. You can see the packing is still on. I've just taken the bubble wrap off them. Denise Finlay is right up there. Her pedigree, her background at Glasgow School of Art, everybody knows about. And just look at the way she captures the face. She captures the mood of her models, and the clever repeatness and the clever flow and mood. They're beautifully framed with gold leaf, and they're big. One's about 4 feet, one's about 5 feet. Come with me, Tom, and let's have a quick look, because I don't want to bore people giving specifics. This is new. This is Huge by David Smith, and it is of Johns Haven Harbour. Everybody knows David's work, the detail, the fun. It goes right in to see the lobster pots. There's pinks, there's oranges, there's blues, there's lilacs. And then we could go over here, Tom, to the other new David Smith. And that is Cullen, one of my favourite places in the world. If I hadn't gone to Ballater, Cullen was on my radar. Just the cleverness of the way he's painted the viaduct, looking right down to the harbour and getting this is called the Sea Town in Cullen. I know it very, very well. Tom, while we're here, have a peep at these new bronzes by David Meredith, which have literally just arrived. If people are looking at the moment for Christmas gifts, these are all new David Merediths. You've got the bears. I think one's called Rocky Dreaming. One's called Peekaboo from memory. And this is something we've never had before. They're obviously all limited editions, often small editions. This is us sitting here. I don't think he'll be around long. These all vary in price, Tom. The big bear on the rock. I mean, the rock is solid bronze. And the flying owls are just beautiful. You can go here, Tom. We've never actually had these in the gallery. And I think I may have spoken about them before. But we're sitting here and we've got the sleeping owl. Both would be very good on a console table. And this is all wrapped up, ready to go. Again, I know you like the treat of seeing things. This is a huge flying owl, which is going, I think this is going to somebody's Chelsea patio. So, Tom, let's come along here for a second. I'm going to let you have a peep at this Colin Fraser painting. So, Colin sent us one of our newest signings. He almost signed up with us in February or March and gave us 3 big paintings. They all sold very quickly, and I'm delighted to see he sent up 3 new paintings 2 weeks ago. And this true stunner, it's called Lumaran, L-O-U-M-A-R-I-N, if I've not, sorry, there's plastic here covering it, Tom. Just go in, Tom, for a minute to look at, so Colin Fraser, as a lot of you know, paints with egg tempera. And his ability with light is incredible. We're his only gallery out of London, and he's got another, the Cato in Mayfair. He's got another gallery in, I think it's Charleston. I could be wrong on that, in America. So that is the Lumaran painting. It's exquisite. And let's go over here for another little unveiling. you're all quite enjoying this, I can tell, aren't you? So look at this. Isn't it utterly exquisite? The ability to get the flowers, the glass, the pot, the rustic plinth. Who couldn't find a place? I mean, they're big, particularly this one, but I think they're utterly incredible. Here's another unveiling. This is brand new. It arrived this morning by Muriel Barclay. So behind this painting we've had for maybe just 2 months by Muriel. That's one of her classic nudes. I hope you are all enjoying this as much as I do. It's like Christmas all around the year when you unveil an artist's work. So here we have Veiled by the one and only Muriel Barclay. So Muriel told me a little bit about this painting, and she said to me, David, it looks even better in reality than it does in the photograph. And can I just tell you, Muriel is right. It is stunning. So Veiled is, the model has been one of Muriel's regular models for over 10 years. She is a professional dancer, and I think Muriel said this was her first time she agreed to model nude. Muriel gets a lot of her inspiration from Manny and the way he painted. And if you look, she could be sitting on almost a kimono or something like that. And the painting Veiled is about 4 feet deep by about 3 feet wide, and the most exquisite gilded frames. Very expensive, very classy frames. Go here, Tom, just for a minute. We are thrilled to bits to have a new big painting by Liz Knox. If you want to move in a little bit, Tom, just what I'd like to say about Liz's paintings are, I think this is called Heart and Flowers. 3 feet by 3 feet, but including the frame, that's about 40 inches. And again, a lot of my clients ask about framing. And our artists, at the level we are dealing with, our artists get their own top framers in the country to frame. So they're, generally speaking, the very best and expensive framers. We talked about the Colin Fraser painting as well. And if you have a look at it, it's the gilding and the gold leaf. So I'm probably jumping around a little bit here, but this is what you like. Let's have a quick look here, Tom, at the Tim Coburns. Oh, that was what somebody said to me. David, tell us about some ideas for Christmas gifts. What a great gift. If you're thinking about your son and daughter-in-law, somebody like that, particularly for a couple, you don't know what to get them. What better than a Tim Coburn painting, $495, $550, framed, original, beautiful oil paintings on card, and they're fun. Whether they frankly go in a bedroom, a study, a downstairs toilet, they bring huge amounts of fun. With a Scottish influence, maybe your family are Scottish, they maybe are. My sister actually loves these, and she lives in Melbourne, and they're just a great gift to have for anyone. I'd be delighted if one of these were wrapped up for me. Tom's nodding that he would say the same. Have a look at the Ruth Corbetts, Tom, just while you're there. So these are 3 Ruth Corbetts. In fact, the whole wall was Ruth Corbett, but as I was mentioning earlier, about 4 of them have sold. Ruth's not just still life, she's a beautiful, beautiful architect in the way that she paints scenery and the mountain tops. The painting at the top right is a fabulous cafe scene by Michael Clark. And then you go down to another painting by Ruth. So I think I'm going to finish off here. I've done what you've requested. You requested that I tell you a little bit about what's been happening, what's been selling, a little bit what I've been doing. And I actually was last night at yet another posh night, but it was incredible at the Macallan Centre up near Duffton. thoroughly recommend you to go and see that. I'm not a whiskey drinker, but it was absolutely stunning. Anyway, I digress. As I stand next to David Smith, I'll just repeat what we're working on. This will be the last newsletter of the year. We hope to have a Christmas video to show you how the gallery in Ballater, not here in Aberdeen, how the gallery in Ballater is looking at Christmas. Fiona will have it all beautifully decorated, and there will be lots of new paintings there. And then we're into 2024. So I hope you've enjoyed this sort of nosy look around, little bit of gossip that's been happening in the gallery over the last few months, but also the last year. And I'm not going to wish anybody festive joy yet, because we're just filming this in the end of the first week of November. But you know where to come to us if you have any questions about the bronzes, the paintings, anything that's been dropping into the website. A lot of new paintings are dropping into the website almost daily because of the new winter catalogue, because we want all new stock in the winter catalogue. And remember, it should be dropping through your letterboxes. If you've bought from us and you're really on the proper mailing list, that should happen second week of December. So thank you for listening, and David at ballatergallery.co.uk with any further questions.